I think your audience should be wondering, as you asked, why now and what is the Biden administration's response? I think the why now could in part be that Kim Jong-un sees some vulnerability on the part of the Biden administration because it has faced such heavy criticism as a result of the withdrawal from Afghanistan and how we withdrew. I think also North Korea knew that South Korea was planning some missile tests, and that may also be the reason why North Korea did this now. And furthermore, there were joint military exercises with South Korea a couple weeks ago in August, and that may also have irritated Kim Jong-un and North Korea and caused them to do this. And then more broadly, I think North Korea still wants what it's always wanted, which is it wants sanctions relief, and it wants to remind the Biden administration that it's continuing to increase its weapons capability, and until it gets significant sanctions relief, it's not going to stop developing weapons and its nuclear arsenal. I think also the other question that everyone should be wondering about is what is the Biden administration going to do? The Biden administration rolled out its policy on North Korea back in April. It was supposed to be a policy that was something in between the Trump policy and the Obama policy. The Obama policy being we're not going to do anything with North Korea until North Korea shows it wants to give up nuclear weapons. And Trump saying it's an all for all. We want you to give up all your weapons and we'll give you all the sanctions relief. Biden wants to do something in between, step by step. North Korea, you do something that shows you're willing to give up your nuclear arsenal, and we'll do something in terms of some limited sanctions relief. But so far, there haven't been any of those steps yet, and of course, this is a setback.
Whether you try to do it with hugs or whether you try to do it with, sort of a stick, North Korea still does what it does. I'm just wondering now, in light of what happened in Afghanistan and China getting a little bit more provocative in its own, saying that, it's had it with U.S. Carriers, in the South China Sea, as if China owned the South China Sea, and now threatening that it might, have similar vessels off the U.S. Off U.S. waters. It's accelerating. I don't think I'm missing that, David. What does the president have to do to convince people that Afghanistan was a one-off, if that is what he's hinting at?
Well, I think the president has to be careful not to overreact to what North Korea is doing, right? We want to show strength. We want to show a continuation of policy from all of the past presidents who were not willing to agree to allow North Korea to have nuclear weapons. I think President Biden, even more maybe than his predecessor, President Trump, wants to work very closely with our allies, particularly the allies most impacted by this, South Korea and Japan, to have a unified front. But we also have to work with China, because China and Russia have some more influence in North Korea, and we've got to get all of those countries to help us to find a plan. It can be this step-by-step plan, but we need to start taking steps towards North Korea starting to denuclearize, starting to show it's going to not develop more missile technology, and then there could be some limited sanctions relief to reward them for that.
We shall watch it closely. David, thank you very, very much. Good seeing you again.